Welcome to the Metaphysics Hour. I am your host, Rory Colgan. Tonight, whenever you are tuning in to this show, we are going to continue something that I started in episode 5 over a year ago, and that is, where is free energy? Now, I'm going to come at it from a slightly different angle because behind me, I have just listened to a inventor on a coast-to-coast AM program with Richard Serra. His name is Paul Babcock, and he's an inventor that just had a patent released back in 2015 or 2014 of how he could create something called over-unity. Now, over-unity is a step towards what we would call free energy. In other words, he has learned or rearranged magnets in a particular way in a motor to overcome Lenz's Law. And Lenz's Law simply says that if you're going to have any sort of force, you're going to have a backward force that's equal to it. So you have to apply extra force to overcome that original force, which is basically what creates all of our energy today based on that principle. But it also means that that principle is very taxing because you have to exert so much more to get over that law. What Paul did is he actually rearranged his energy, basically magnets, in such a way where Lenz's Law was no longer applicable. And so through that, he has actually created over-unity. Over-unity means that based upon the amount of energy he put in, he actually gets more out than what he put in at the end of the day. So say, for instance, you put a gallon of gasoline into your car. Your car gets 30 miles to a gallon. If you had some of his technology just in this primitive form, he would then give you 45 miles a gallon. So it would increase efficiency, but through a slightly different modality. And then you also have another inventor out there. His name is Aaron Murakami. And Aaron has created a plasma shock, or a spark plug, for lack of a better word, that actually burns hotter than our spark plugs because they are only like 1,300 degrees or whatever that ignite the gasoline fuel. And what he does with his plasma arc is he is able to burn all of the hydrocarbons inside gasoline. So the only thing that comes out of the tailpipe is air, or not air, water vapor. Oh no, water vapor, it's gonna be scary, it's gonna hurt the environment. Now granted, with fossil fuels, you're still digging, drilling, and all that stuff, so there is some mess with it. But what I wanted to talk about in this video is that I get some of these petitions, these online world petitions that say, hey, there's about to be a deep sea mine, a Canadian company just got approved, and this is avez.org, I think I'm saying that right. In any case, they're wanting us to sign to stop this movement, and they'll, get thousands and thousands of signatures, or they have something on Trump, or they have something on who knows what, all sorts of interesting topics, but they're all about what we don't want. So they sign petitions for what they don't want. And this is where it gets to be a problem. People, wake up. We have to focus on what we want. For the last 50 years, there are a plethora of inventors and inventions that could clean up our energy systems. We, the people, have to get behind these systems, because right now there's only the scientists that make them, and then there's the lobbying groups that they're going to disrupt that don't like them. Right now they have more power because there's more of them. There's more people that say, hey, if this device hits the mainstream, my check's gone. Then my kids no longer have tables full of food. And that's okay, I get that. But we, the people, have to be behind the inventors that are trying and have proven that we can do things so much more efficiently by decentralizing all the power. Paul Babcock just was talking about having a small generator in the bottom of your house, have a little battery attached to his magnetism motor, and then boom, you have power for your whole house. No more gas and a light bill, or at least if you have heat through electricity, no more gas and electric bill. But this is just one example of where we are being conditioned to be so, ignorant and backwards in our thinking. No, we don't want this. No, we don't want that. No, we don't want. No, 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 no. We have to learn to say yes. And that means that we have to find things that actually work better than solar powers, better than wind power, better than thermal power. There are inventions right now that could make the world a better place and give power and energy to all of us at a much more inexpensive rate, which guess what that means? That means that you're going to save more money. In the long run, that means you're going to eventually start working less. And we're automating things all the time. So there's a need to work less, but we still have high cost of livings because of this stupid energy dynasty that doesn't want to give up its power. I get it, fossil fuel is good because it has helped people come out of the dark ages, but we right now in America have so many inventors that have put forth workable, provable designs that will transform this country back into something amazing. Politician more than likely isn't going to do this, so you and I are the ones that have to get behind these particular types of inventions and support them. You know, we don't need to be so negative of what let's support something that we want to stop. That's so negative. Let's get behind something positive that we can put forward as a solution. Solar power is decent in certain areas. I use it on the farm. We electrify a fence, and I have a little suitcase, essentially. It's got a solar panel on it, 2 batteries inside. So that means I can take electrical power out into this field, in this 100-acre field, without needing to have a hot wire attached. That's great. However, there are other forms out there, and some of them are way more efficient. Like, again, solar power is going to give you 22% efficiency. So what's this magnet system going to give? 120% efficiency? So I think that's a pretty clear case that we should be supporting these things that don't just support the dynasties of the wind farms and the solar farms and, keep all the power collected in these centralized areas. Instead, think of things that could simply solve your power needs at home by producing 120% of what's put into it. And that's just the beginning, because he's doing this with basically no money, against the grain, against the, the government that likes the lobbyists that already pay them and pay for their, political ads that then eventually get them elected. We the people have to wake up. We the people, okay? Free energy is here. It's been here for decades. Stop having your head in the sand. Focus on it. Open your mind to it and realize where we have these amazing little handheld computers, our energy should be just as dynamite and just as amazing, if not more so. So, you and I have a job to do, and that is to research people like this so that we can come to the understanding that they're talking real physics, not quackery physics, real physics. Then that changes our perception. Then we're not going to allow other people to dangle some sort of carrot in the future about, fusion cars in the year 2030. We can change right now. Let's activate our creative minds and our energy, our persistence, our determination, and let's do it now. Not tomorrow, now. All right, thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned to all the wonderful shows that will be coming through the Metaphysical Hour. Go to innerhealthtoday.com if you feel like you would be open to support this show. Talk to you soon.